Alright, welcome back. Before I get started on this video, I would like to say thank you to all my new subscribers and thank you to all you guys who've been showing love to the videos. I really appreciate it. In this video, we're going to fix some of the mistakes that I made, and we're also gonna do the secondary weapon equip. Okay, so the first thing I would like to fix is the buttons for the primary and secondary. Okay, let's see this one, because right now you have it where you have an overlay and then a button and then an image and the text. So I would delete the overlay, okay, and simply add a button. Let me name this one to secondary. Come on now, secondary. Come on, very BTN. And on top of the button, we need to add a canvas panel and remove the padding. Make it zip. Fill. And I believe I'll do it with this one. Matter of fact, yeah, let's just copy the other button that you have so that way we can still have the same styling. Okay, so let's just delete this and paste this right here so we can keep the same styling. Okay, so let me show you. For this one, you see how you have the overlay with this button and everything. So what we're gonna do, delete the overlay and copy this button and paste it on top of this. And if you want to see the styling for the button, let me just select the melee button. Let me name it before first. Melee BTN, or you can name it pistol BTN, it doesn't matter. And this one I believe is secondary BTN. Okay, so for the tint on the normal, we have 22222C, and for the hovered we have 19151F, and on the press we have 3G3433E. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to that's the image. Okay, for the first button on the image, click the binding, create binding. Okay, yes, let me remove this one. We're gonna grab the is player valid. We're going to get the primary, get primary weapon ref. We're gonna say is valid first to make sure it's valid before we do anything. And then we get the item info, and then we break it. If it's not valid, we simply return the regular style. But if it is, we're going to make slip brush, expand this, and we're gonna plug the image. Okay, so now this will return, I think, a white image. We're gonna come back to this, and for the text, we pretty much will do the same. create binding, and if we go here, you can just copy the whole thing, come back here, paste, and we get the name. If it's not valid, we can return primary if it's not valid. So now if we go, yeah, like I said, it will return a white background. But if we pick up the primary, click it, now we get the icon and we get the weapon name. So what we're gonna do for the brush, if it's not valid, make the slip brush, and I believe on the tint we can say make slick color and select the color. So now if it's not valid, yeah, it'll return this, but we need to change. I believe that's the one I have, if I'm not mistaken. Not that one, this one. Yeah, this one. But we can also go get the image, the canvas panel, fill the button, padding, we will move the padding on the button. And if you also search for padding, you can remove the normal padding. This. Okay, why is this not all the way here? Let me see. What is this box? Is it the canvas panel? Okay, but it's set to fill. Yeah, it's already set to fill. Okay, yeah, we do the same for the button too. Remove that. Tap padding. And you can remove this. Yeah. And grab the image and put it in here. And if we go here, now if we pick up primary, equip it, yeah, everything is nice. Okay, do the same thing for the melee button. Remove padding, compile, save. Yeah. So we can simply do this. Repeat the process for this one. Create a binding. We shouldn't rename these. Yeah. Let's say get primary weapon text, get secondary weapon text. Okay, this one should say get primary weapon image. So that way if someone is helping you in your project, so they know what you're doing, instead of saying get brush 0, text 0 and stuff. So we would do the same thing with here. So grab this, can delete this, paste everything. So now, so now instead of getting the primary, say get, oh, we didn't do the secondary yet. Look at me, ahead of myself again. Okay, so let's just leave this here. Okay, even though right now if we pick up a primary, it's gonna show up right here too, but let's go back to the character. Okay, so now let's do the Well, before we equip the secondary, okay, if we go to the use item, after we use the item, we need to remove it from the inventory, right? So we're gonna create a function for that. So I'm gonna call it remove item from inventory, so people know what it does. So we're gonna add item info, right? Yeah, item info and item info. Okay, compile and save. We need to get the player inventory, and we need to find the item that we're trying to remove inside of the inventory. So we say we get the inventory and say find item. The item we're trying to find is this. So in the inventory, and we also want to get a copy of the item which we are trying to remove. So say copy. Okay, and let me think. Okay, so we get a copy, press Q, and we need to check to see if the current stack is less or equal to, if there's any item before we try to remove anything. So we're gonna break the item info that's from the item info we found in the inventory. We're gonna break it. So if we found, let's say for example, we pick up this, we're gonna break this one. So let me close this. Okay, so we're gonna check the current stack, see if it's less or equal to, if we remove this, to make sure at least we have one instances of it, because we don't, if it doesn't exist, or if we don't even have any of them, we're not trying to remove anything. Okay, so press B for branch or if statement, and if that's true, we get the inventory again, and we say remove item, and the item we're trying to remove is the one that we clicked on or we use. Do some reroute. And then if we didn't find any, we need to set the array element, okay, of the one, the item we clicked on. So what we'll do, we get the inventory again. We need to get the inventory again, and then we need to do set array element. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, okay. Set array element, and from here we make it right here, and from here we break it, and we just plug everything in. Let me do this real quick. Plug everything except for the current stack. We want to remove one, because what we're doing here, let's say for example we had 10 medkit, right? After we remove it here, we just rearrange the array element so it can appear to, so it would say now you have 9 instead of 10, because we are technically rearrange the inventory again. Okay, so plug everything up, And with that done, what we need to do now, we need to refresh the inventory in both condition. I know I have okay, here we go. F refresh inventory. Click it on here. For both of them, we need to refresh the inventory. So now let's go take a look, see if it's working. Okay, interesting. It is not working. Oh, of course it's not working. Duh. I didn't call the function. Remove item from inventory. So ahead of myself. And the item we're trying to move, let's get it from our local variable instead of dragging a lot of wires. Okay. Pick up a weapon. Boom, it's gone. There you go. To try it again to make sure everything works. Pick up a weapon right here, remove it, and it's right there. Okay, so this is working. Now let's go to let's go and spawn the secondary weapon. Okay, so go back here. We're just gonna repeat the same process. We say custom event server spawn secondary weapon. Make sure it's on a server reliable, and we need to create one for secondary info. It's gonna give it a slow warning. Yes. Change it to web notify. Set it up. Set it. Spawn secondary weapon. Okay, and we can simply copy everything here except for that one. Go back, paste everything, and remove. Just change the primary, change it secondary, and delete this. Promote this to a variable. Again, say secondary weapon ref. We can just move it here. Let's just nope, primary top. Make sure it's replicated too. Plug it up, plug it up. Now we're gonna go to the, let me check my notes. Yeah, so now we're gonna go to the use item function. Okay, before we do this, what we need to do with this back, we need to check if we even have a primary before even trying to equip a primary. Let's just see if it's even valid. So say is valid. If it is valid, well, we're just gonna let the character know you already have one. Print string primary weapon is valid, and we do the same thing for the secondary weapon. This is the item type. So what we need to do, we need to unplug this, drag this down, break this, hide the unconnected pin. We need to get the weapon class. We need to do a switch on that one. Switch on weapon class. Yeah. Switch on weapon class. If it's weapon, we need to check if it's a primary. We do this. And if it's a secondary, simply do the same thing. Remove this with the secondary, and we call server spawn secondary. Plug the local item, and we remove it. Oh no, it's not valid. And copy this, plug it here, say secondary weapon already valid. What we need to do, we need to make the AK-47 a secondary weapon. Okay, we make the AK-47 a secondary. Now let's just go and remove this because we need to add the new instances of them, because we make some changes, they're not going to be the same. Child, and here 1 and 2 3. If we pick up the primary, secondary, say add the secondary, but I also need to go add the secondary socket in the character mesh. So if we go to the mesh, wherever your mesh is, and spine 3, add new socket. I'm gonna say BL for back left. Let's add a preview asset with AK. Go back there, move it to the front, rotate it 180, 90, or however you want to put them. You don't have to follow the way I'm doing mine. Control Z. Okay, let me go this way. Move it up. Rotate like that. Move it up a little bit. When we put the backpack, we're gonna have to readjust this. Okay. So this one is BL, and here we need to put BL for the AK. And once again, you have to delete these, and we add them. Okay, ciao, like that. So now, if we pick up this, open, boom, boom. There you go. Now we have 2 weapons. Okay. If I take the server, drag it over here, client, pick up, boom, boom. Now client got 2 weapons in the back, and server have 2 weapons in the back also. Okay. So now let's go and do the same thing for the secondary widget. So if we got the image, create a binding, and we call it get secondary weapon image. Oh, come on. if we grab this, open this, delete, just change this to secondary weapon ref, and delete this. Plug this here, this here. Same thing for the image. Secondary text, secondary. Delete this. Now you can repeat the same process for a melee weapon or a pistol or whatever you want to add. So grab this, grab that, boom, boom. See? And the same thing for the client. Boom, boom. Now if we make the server bigger, see? All right, let's take care of what happened when we click the button, the primary button, to unequip the primary weapon. So right now, if we equip the primary and we click it, nothing happened. So let's take care of that. So what we need to do, we need to go on click, and we need to go create some functions on the character, so that way we can call when we click the button. So the first function we're gonna create, we're gonna say server destroy. Should I say destroy or server? Yeah, destroy primary. Make it run on server, reliable, and then with another one, multicast destroy primary. I'll make this one multicast reliable, and then call it here MC destroy primary. Okay, and we also need a variable. Let's just move these in here. Say primary to destroy, and it's gonna be the type of the item info, and also going to be a rep notify, and we're going to set it up here and set this one right here. So in the rep notify, oh okay, what we need to do, we need to grab the primary, because I already did it. We need to grab the primary, check to see if it's valid. If it is, we simply destroy it, and then we set each primary value to false, and then we call the refresh inventory button function right here. Okay, so on the inventory, we grab the character to check if it's valid. If it is, we get we say pick up item. No, not the character. We need to check get primary ref. We need to check if this is valid. If it is valid, we say pick up item, so that way it can destroy it. It can remove it from the character slot, the equipment slot, and the item info will be the item info of the primary weapon info. Primary weapon. and we need to call the server destroy primary, right? And then we need the primary to destroy here. So now let's go give it a shot and see what happened. So if let's try it on the client. Like I said, the client always the problem, where if any problem will happen, that's what it's gonna happen. So grab primary, equip the primary, and if we unequip it, remove it, voila. See? Now we can equip it again. It's in the back of the character. Click it once, and it's unequipped. Same thing will happen for the server as well. So if this server grab primary, click it, equip it, unequip it, and then if we have another primary trying to equip it again, it says primary already valid. Now you will have to unequip this, then equip that one. But because they look the same, yeah. So we can do the same thing for the secondary. We add an unclick event, and we go to the character. Let's say server destroy primary. Let's move this a little bit up. And down. We can say server destroy secondary. MC destroy secondary. MC. And you guessed it, we need to create another function, variable. Say secondary to destroy. Make it web notify. MC secondary to destroy. And before we forget, grab this. Get secondary weapon ref. Check to see if it's valid. If it is, we call pickup function, and here, no, on the item, we say get item info. And then we say server destroy secondary, and we grab secondary, no, from here, secondary to destroy. Get it, secondary to destroy. And then here we get the secondary weapon. Make sure it's valid. If it is, simply call destroy actor. And we're gonna set secondary price to true. I mean false. and then we call F refresh inventory. Yeah. So let's go give it a shot. Do it with the client. Pick up secondary, pick up primary, Unquip primary, secondary. Click secondary, boom, gone. Primary gone. Do the same thing for the server. Pick up primary, pick up secondary. Doop, doop. Gone. All right, well, that's it for this video. In the next one, we're going to start with the equip and unequip weapon. Right now, I think I have it hot wired to keyboard 1 and switch it like that. See, now we get the aim offset going on here, and if I press 1 again, it go back. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.